Alright, what's up, guys? Now, I wanted to do this motivational video. By the way, welcome to Core Motivate. But anyways, I wanted to do this motivational video where I'm overall going to be talking on the people in this world that overall try to test you. And that's something that is going to happen a lot throughout your life. And it's something that I'm still trying to manage till this day. That yeah, it's a challenge. Dealing with some people, it's a legitimate challenge, and it's messed up because you think that in this day and age where your mental health should be the first thing that always come to mind, and it should also come to other people's mind, and it just seems like that people, they disregard that, and they're like, I don't care about your mental health. I don't care what you got going on. I'm going to take advantage of you. I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then they wonder why you become this different person. And that's something where I'm like, for me, any and every time when I come across somebody, it don't matter who it is. It could be, a family member, a friend, a stranger, whoever it is. I always try to be respectful to them, and the thing is like, I find myself in a situation now where I'm not like, I guess, like, how can I put it in words? Like, I could communicate with people, but I guess I'm not that one to like engage deeper into a conversation. Like, it's something where it's like, if we're talking on some stuff, I guess it didn't, for one, it just really depends on who I'm talking to at that. Like, if it's a family member and they're, asking about my personal life and things, like, I'll talk on it, but at my own comfort, like, whatever I feel comfortable talking about, I'll talk on it and things. And that's something that I think a lot of people need to understand. It's like, don't try to push a conversation out of somebody. If they don't really want to talk, they don't really want to talk. That's something that I'm learning from others, and I'm learning that about myself, is that I, don't find myself like going deeper into conversations and stuff. So with content creating, for an example, people always want to put out that narrative that content creating is not a job. So they're all like, oh, well, what are you doing for a living? And I had to say, I guess, like, with me, when I have a conversation, I try to, like, I don't treat the conversation like it's a fight, but I do try to throw like that haymaker answer and stuff and just be like, okay, I'm just leaving it at that and stuff. So when people, they do ask me about content, or not content creating, but ask me what do I do for a living, I'd be like, oh, I'm a content creator. I make videos on YouTube, stream, TikTok, podcast, music, all that stuff. So I'm all like, and I'm doing good for myself. I'm not having to ask nobody for money. So that's how I see it. I'm like, as long as I ain't got it, as long as I'm not at that point of my life, I'm chilling, So, and the thing is that, people, I feel like, again, that's what that testing stuff, starts to come into play, where it's like people want to downplay it, and I'm like, hey, if and that's something where I feel that a lot of people, you need to understand that about yourself, is that it's easy to push somebody away from push somebody away and to exclude yourself out of a conversation. So I'm having a conversation with somebody about I do content creating for a living. They're all like, but that's not a real job. I'm like, okay, well, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel, but I'm not having to ask you for money. I'm not having to ask nobody else for money, so I see it as a job, I'm able to, the thing is this, it's like, I'm able to take care of myself, so that's how I look at it, where it's like, I'm not having to go and do like all these other extra things. Like, I'm chilling with what I'm doing, it's like, and I actually love my job. I love being a content creator. It's like, I'm not coming home talking about, oh, I had a miserable day at the job and all this. I'm freaking recording videos, doing streams and all this stuff. Don't get me wrong, there's the depressing side. I think it's like that with every, career, where it's like stuff isn't happening the way that you want it, but it's still, that shouldn't be a reason on why you give up, though. Like, you should still, like, my thing is this, that's how I've been looking at a lot of stuff with content creating, is that if it's not happening the way that I want it to, then that means that I'm just not pushing myself enough, and I just got to push myself a little bit harder until I do get to that point. I don't want to push myself too much, because I don't want to put myself in a damaging situation, but I want to push myself just to that limit where it's like, oh, this is what it's like when everything works out and stuff. So, yeah, it's one of those things where I guess, again, talking on it because I feel like I kind of got carried away, getting back on the conversation of people trying to test you and stuff. It's like they need to understand that. And that's why when people, they come to me, it's like, fam, you can come to me, talk about, I want to be a professional clown. I want to make sneakers or something, or I want to be an OnlyFans model. Whatever this conversation is, I don't put that narrative out that it's like, oh, that's a horrible job, that's this, that's that. I'm like, if that's what you want to do, fam, be the best at it. Okay, go above and beyond, do stuff that nobody else hasn't done. So that's why I'm like, I'm just at a point in time in my life where it's like, rather than trying to test people, I'm gonna be supportive. I want to help people. I feel like my purpose here on earth isn't to judge and to test people and to upset people and do this and that. Like, no, it's here to help people. Obviously I'm not gonna be able to help everybody, but I'm gonna try to help out as many people as I possibly can before I do take my last breath. So yeah, it's like people just gotta look at life like that. But I mean, if you don't want to help people, then it's like, don't put yourself in a situation where you are going to be coming across people and they got their mind made up on something, but you're trying to disrupt their mind on whatever it is that they got their mind made up on. So yeah, it's like, it's just, it's something where it's like, rather than testing people, be respectful, and it shouldn't be some stuff where that person has to earn your respect. No, if you put yourself in a scenario where you and that person are involved in some conflicting conversation, no. If you're the one that's starting that stuff, no, you need to push yourself away, apologize, do whatever you need to do. But it's like, don't put yourself in a conversation that doesn't even need to happen. So yeah, it's something where I'm like, we're too old for this. We're in a day and age where that stuff should not be happening. All right, so. But anyways, and even, yeah, it's like, you don't want to help people, then don't help people. It's like, go put yourself in your own little corner and stuff, but just, if you ain't going to support, be respectful. That's it. That's all that this world asks for, so. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.